morning, everybody. It's 11:20, Saturday, October 21st. I know the videos are a little bit behind, but I said every 3 days I might have to speed that up to get you guys a little closer to us. But you know, still new at this, so just trying to keep it all in pace. Got Dad out here. He's in the cart. Eddie had an appointment this morning. Matt's way up there. He's full. I'm taking his next 12. He'll cut me a hole to get unloaded. We got old Jeff Green coming out in the gravel right there, making that big old dust cloud. He knows that he's about to be leaving again. And we got all the inroads off, so we just got about 30 acres left over here, 20 to 30. That's what we got left. So all the rest of the pink, that way is what we got. About 25 acres. I think the plan is we're going to switch back to some beans. We got two bean fields right next to us. Of course, we got to go all the way around because the bridge is too enclosed for the combines. But we're going to knock out those two bean fields this afternoon and tomorrow. One of them, there's like 10 different patches, and so it does take a while to move to those patches, but it usually does pretty good. So we're going to get that out tomorrow before it rains. They're calling for rain in I think 3 days, so considering we have to move a lot through the crossings and stuff on that property, we're going to go get that out before it rains. I know as of yesterday we had 2,400 acres left, basically 1,200 of corn and 1,200 of beans. That should put us around 3 weeks, and then we should be done hopefully by the end of November. That's what we are hoping for. Then we get to put on some anhydrous ammonia, which is just another type of fertilizer, but it's a gas fertilizer. We'll have to put that on as soon as we get done harvest. Look forward to that. Well, we're coming down the final stretch. We just got these little 2 fingers left. Matt's gonna top that off. Got a truck driver over there waiting on us.
But I have 33 cans left.
Well, I will say one thing. Don't mind the hair for one. With my head. There we go. There we go. The 1170 that they're trying to replace 1197 with, it is doing 2 bushel better on my monitor. Matt might have a different story. He just said it was doing better. So 2 to 10 from what he said. It looks 10 times better than the 1197 as far as stand wise. The plant looks healthier, taller. The ears are bigger. I don't know. We're gonna get switched back over to beans this afternoon. We've probably got 10 acres left, if that, so about 2 to 3-ish trucks. 2 technically, but we got the cart right now, so we gotta have the cart completely empty too, so it could be 2 1/4. I don't know. We'll see. Then we're gonna get switched back over to beans. We got 90 acres across the Fabby over here, but we gotta go all the way around to get to it. And then we got 60 acres is the patches, which don't usually take us too long to get done, but by the time we get over there and get started on that 90, it's already 12:16, so we might get moved tonight to that 60, but it's probably just going to depend. We might just do that 60 tomorrow and call it a good day, but we'll see. And just like that, back to beans. So we were just right on the other side of that timber. You know, Mr. Matty B over there, Jeffrey's in the cart, just because we only need 2 truck drivers in the semi, so might as well make his day, get him back in the cart. He enjoys the cart. He runs the semi for us all the time, so something different usually makes him pretty happy. And we needed a cart driver. So Eddie had stuff to do this morning. Dad just went ahead and told him he might as well stay home and enjoy his afternoon. He can come back and help us probably this maybe tomorrow, if not Monday. After this weekend, we should be around 1,000 acres left of beans, and that ain't gonna take long.
These beans are dirty.
No, hardest and longest part about the 1,000 1,000 acres is it's all scattered, so it might take us a little bit to get them all knocked out, but we'll get them.
I see that.
Got Mr. Steve over here. He's in the old semi, waiting for us to get a load.
Every little bit, I'll look up, or I'll watch
But,
you. You got a big little one.
Part of it. He looks like he's having a good day.
It's still sitting here, the back to where, the street line, got it on here, got the circle spinning, so I'm gonna be.
It's rebooting. Not too bad. We're gonna keep knocking these fields out. Be 100 acres here yet that we got to knock out tonight. And tomorrow will be a 60, and then I think he's wanting to move back home and get that 50-50 ground out. And we got another guy who wants us to get his corn out for him. That's right across the road. So he don't live anywhere close to this area. He's getting to where he don't want to come back up here anymore. So we're gonna go and get that out for him, and then make his life a little easier. And we're already there, so we might as well. It only takes us about 2 hours to get out anyways. We'll knock that out for him and get that 50-50 done. And then we got another landlord that has some corn in the kind of in the middle of that 50-50 and where we're at right now. So we'll probably have to get that out somewhat soon. He's a pretty big deer hunter, so we try to get everything out before deer season. Of course we can only do so much, but we do our best to get everybody taken care of before deer season. Here in Missouri, everybody's big hunters, so we like to take care of it if we can. We'll get to it before, as long as we don't get a monsoon or rain. If it starts raining like no other, we don't like to mud out our crops if we don't have to. Then it does compaction issues, whatnot, but if we have to, we might have to. I hope not. We got about 3 weeks left if everything keeps going good. So we'll see. So we finished the big bottom of corn today. Now we're back on beans. They're back to being dry, so we're going back on the bean drive again. We got like 1,200 acres left of beans, maybe somewhere in there. We still got about 1,500 acres of corn, maybe. I don't know. It's somewhere in there. I don't know if that's true or not. Somewhere in there. I don't know. I don't really keep track of that. I just go where I'm told, harvest what I need to harvest. She's pretty dirty. She's blowing some dirt. The wind's blowing pretty hard that direction, so that's a good thing. It's blowing it away from me, not in my view where I can actually see everything. Anyway, beans are coming in pretty clean. Although my combine's not liking these beans, they're pretty mangled a little bit in spots. It's powering pretty hard, but yeah, she'll eat it up. Let me say that. And, then it plugs it up. So yeah, so we're gonna deal with that. I kind of figured that was coming. It was dragging pretty good for me. Alright, we're back. So I have to tilt my header down a little bit, try and scoop up these beans. I went too far. Start dragging in the center, but you can't see nothing because it's so dang freaking balled up in there. You can't really see the center until it's too late, and then you just slug it. But we're back to running. These beans ain't so bad. They're not down, so you can kind of tilt your header back a little bit.
when I really start tilling that forward, it really drags. But I got to get underneath to get them beans out of the, or I ain't cutting them. They're just gonna lay there. So I'm trying to get as much as I can. If I can get it, I'm going to try and get it. But sometimes you ain't gonna get all of this laying all the way down, but you can try, and I'm trying. But she's on the ground, so we're cutting. We ain't got a whole lot left here. We kind of just started, so we probably got more left. We got 60 acres left here on this bean field, so this it's just all over the place. And you got one side higher than the other, and then you, well, it's a freaking mess. I don't know. We'll check back in later. Jeffrey lining up here. We're about to go on the go. My beam had a little correspond here. Get in line here. Get that finally. They're kind of at an angle. My auger's sticking basically straight up in the air because we're on a hill. So we kind of figured out we have about 1,100 acres of corn. After this field, about 700 acres roughly of beans. So we're getting closer on that. Tomorrow we are moving to a farm that has a bunch of crossings, so we're going to quit after this field and regroup tomorrow because we got to get a tractor where we're going. There's about 3 to 4 patches we got to move into with the tractor because we can't get a pickup through them. It'll be a fun day tomorrow. Probably going to be an all-day project tomorrow, I would say, but we will see. For the most part, we're going to knock this out. We got about 11 acres left, so we'll get her knocked out. Maybe. Got old Jeffrey over there on waiting. He's chilling out over there, having a good old time. We're gonna get back at it. We'll be done here in about 20 minutes. Let's get it.
Well, we're about wrapping it up. Jeffrey's waiting on us to get him full. We got one truck coming back to dump into. I think we're gonna call a little early tonight. Been a pretty good day. We finished up that corn and then we just knocked out 100 acres of beans. Pretty good day for jumping around a little bit and waiting. But we'll come back tomorrow, Sunday, and we're gonna knock out the 2 little cubbies of beans up here down the road. And then I think we're gonna get back, moved home, and get that corn that I was telling you guys about, get it knocked out probably Monday. It all has to go to town, so knock that out. At least that'll be done, and landlord might get a little relief out of him. I'm sure the other guy that wants us to cut his corn, I'm sure he'll be a little happy that we get that out for him too while we're at it. We'll get all that done. It'll take us about a full day, probably only 112 acres total. We only got about 20 acres left. Just that little brown right there to the right. You got old Matt over there. He's tucked away in the hillside. Sure is making the old dust down there, isn't he? I think he's got 4 swipes left. I got 1 left. I might go down there and help him hurry up and finish that. Well, me and Matt traded so he could unload, so he took that side. I came back and followed him on his. As you can see, we lined up and we ain't going back. Best part about guidance. If you got the same width, everything should line up as it's supposed to, if you have everything correct. That'll be a wrap. And Jeffrey's taking the cart, which you can't see because of the sun. Matt's coming through the smoke down there. That'll wrap up today. So, about 150 acres out today. I think we're around, as of now, we're around 600. What are we down to? I think I'll just add up. Around 700 acres total of soybeans left, and then 1,200 acres of corn still. So beans, we could get 200 acres a day done on beans. And then one of those fields is 280 acres. And then I'm trying to think of the next biggest one. I think that's our last biggest one left, I believe. 280 acres. That'll deplete half of that. And then we got a farm up in Knox too. It's 60, so there'll be a little over 300 acres. So over half of the soybeans is up that direction, and we can usually get that done in about a day and a half. So I'd say roughly three to 4 days on soybeans, just because we got a lot of moving. And then corn, we're probably getting around 150 a day, maybe 2 on a very good day, mostly probably closer to 150. So it'll take probably, what is that? A little over 7 days. So technically we could be done in 2 weeks, potentially, but we got that rain coming, so I don't quite know how that's gonna play out. But also, we're gonna have to pile the rest of the corn, potentially, unless markets change. So it's gonna have to get drier. So we might have to play the waiting game. But we have anhydrous to put on, so we might distract ourselves and put that on until the corn dries. I don't know. That's up to him to make that decision. So that's gonna be all. We got old Mr. Matty B following me right there. Jeffrey's up there at the truck. That'll be it for the day. Thank you all for tuning in to Clucky Farms, and we'll see you in the next one.